Ready. Do.
Hey everybody, welcome to the BearThoughts podcast. We do this live every Wednesday at 5 o'clock Central PST time. Be sure to come check us out live if you want to and be in the chat, be in the conversation with us. You're more than welcome to be here. Corvo, as always.
Good on sound.
Good on hear that. Good to hear that. Corvo, how are you feeling this week?
I'm doing all right. It's nice. I'm off the rest of the week, so I'm good.
I am in some shit, but we'll go over that a little later on. But first, let's just go over our usual rambling. But be sure to hit this like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below if you have any comments that you may want to join in, and stay tuned. I have an announcement to put out later on, and be sure to check the link down below to get in on it if you want to. No pressure. Well, I hope if you want to stand here, I hope you do. I hope you do. But we'll talk about it a little bit later on. But I was having an okay week until things came about, and then it's hard for me to have a good week, really, with stuff going through my mind. But I've been trying to find ways to keep myself preoccupied. And of course, this past week was the finalization of Arcane, which we can go over a little later on. We both watched the new Marvel movie. How is it called? Shang-Chi? Yeah, Shang-Chi, which was, I didn't mind it, but we'll go over that a little bit later on. And of course, I got my 3D printer up and going, so I've been printing a character from Darkstalkers called Felikai. I'm not very good with names here. And of course, I got some YouTube videos up, so if you haven't checked those new videos up, both of them are about, well, two of them today just came out, were about this man over here. A mask that he printed out and a tattoo he got in memorial of his grandmother and grandfather. So you want to check that out, be sure to go check those videos out. They're live right now. And of course, I did other videos. One about a new character that's coming to Genshin Impact. Have you seen that? The new character?
I have not. Matter of fact, when you sent, when I seen the thumbnail for the other video, because that's the only one I had seen, that was the first time I'd even heard of it.
Yeah.
I'd heard about the ones that are currently released, but not that one.
There's two new characters coming to Genshin Impact on top of Goro and the other guy, which I should remember his name, but I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. But two new characters, and one of them is a training of one of the gods or the semi-gods, the bird. I'm forgetting her name. The one that does all the mechanical stuff, I believe. Dream something. Anyways, she's an apprentice. One of them. Apparently, she took a liking, and the other one is a manager / opera singer, which is pretty much like the K-pop singer of the modern day. And I'm looking forward to them. I like the design of them. I do. They've both been announced on Twitter, and I did a video for one of them because I knew some of the historical meaning behind the look of her and why she looks that way and the pose she's in. I thought it was interesting, so I did a video on that. So if you're interested, check that out. Please do. Go check them out. Go leave a like or dislike. I don't care, really. And leave a comment down below if you want me to do the other video. I'm trying to get the 100 likes on that video if I possibly could. Even though I was one of the first people to actually, like, on YouTube, do any video on her. And then everybody else did a video on her. I wasn't saying I was the first. I was one of the first people. And then no, I got any views on it, but all the big channels, of course, they did, and all they did was just say, "Oh, look at her, she's cute looking, she's cool looking. I want to be a 5-star, 6-star." Fascinating information. Really, like, no work was put into their videos at all, but yet they got thousands of views. But whatever, that's just me being a little salty. I'm not gonna lie. I wish those videos were done better. I thought they would have been had the curve there. But what you been up to, Corvo?
Since waiting for more stuff for the resin printer to come in to print, I've been printing some things on the PLA printer. Just finished printing out some parts for the Ghost of Tsutsumi video game.
Yeah.
That's the top portion of the mask, and this is the lower portion. I'm in the process of cleaning them up and getting them ready to be primed, put together, painted, all that good stuff.
Okay.
As well as I don't know who it was, whoever did it. Thank you for donating the model for the Harry Potter lanterns that Grumpy had mentioned on our last stream. I did get them. I did find them. I've been working on various scales in size for them. Like this is a 45% scale base plate. If you notice, I made a inset
for a certain
for this little guy.
Mm.
I'm trying to decide the exact scale and method of which I want to print them. I have went through a couple of different ideas. The sides. So these bad boys right here are the difficult pieces.
Yeah,
okay?
I saw you printing those out, which
The problem is if you print them too small, which is I kind of want them a certain size because they would be easier to handle and carry when we go to the swap meet.
Mm-hmm.
Print them too small, cleaning out all this stuff in the center. I don't know if you can see it real good.
I can see it.
Cleaning all that out so that it makes the actual see-through in the pattern properly is a pain in the royal arse. And if you print them this large and you don't get it quite right, as thin as they are, no matter what you set it to, they will warp.
Now, is that in a clear resin? Because I can't tell if that's in a clear resin.
No, this is not clear resin. This is PLA.
Oh, not resin. Sorry, clear.
No.
PLA.
This is gray.
Okay, gray. I thought you were doing it in color, honestly.
No, I was doing it in gray, because that's what I had on it, and I was doing tests to figure it out.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what they're going to end up being color-wise because I've got the airbrush. I'm just going to throw a layer of paint on them and slap the right color paper behind it,
Mm-hmm.
Drop a light in it and call it a day. But I'm finding that the more I fool with it to get it the size that I wanted, which is kind of small but perfect for these lights, it's not much bigger than this light. Which would have been nice for like a little ornamental light to sit on your desk or something.
Yeah.
To get it that small, I'm definitely going to have to do it on a resin printer.
Let's say, like, I don't really know would be a good idea, but I'm just in my head, I would think a resin printer would be way better because then you can change it any color you want to. The only problem is you couldn't lay it flat on the bed because it would cover almost, even at that size, almost the entire bed. So you couldn't do like 2 or 3 of them. But if you did all the domino effects, right? Domino.
What I've done, and I don't have it in here with me. Mm-hmm. If you give me a second, I'll get it. It, like I said, it's a very rough model, but I'll show you what I've come up with, and it'll allow me to almost print 2 lanterns at the time worth of parts each time.
Okay. Well,
so give me a second.
Yeah. But if everybody doesn't understand, like resin printers, they can, like, let's say for a sample here, this is probably maybe 6 inches, maybe 5 inches. If I were to lay this on the bed flat like this, from a horizontal or vertical, I don't remember. My brain is right now so distraught. This would probably take up the majority of the bed from left and right, and there wouldn't be another chance to do anything.
All right.
From a left or right standpoint.
Right. So, in an effort to save time, I have merged the sides.
Ooh, that's actually way smaller than what I was thinking.
Into a single model.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your light. As you can see, it'd be perfect for a little ornamental light.
Yeah.
But I test ran it on the PLA printer, and you see all that nice support stuff in there.
Yeah.
That honestly, I can clean it out and it'll look fine. But I don't want to do that for. I don't want to do that for like 25 of these things.
Yeah, you just can't be bothered. That is.
So what I would like to do, if I had the resin, I can actually put 2 of these on the bed at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I could put 2 tops, 2 bottoms. Do a set of tops, a set of bottoms.
Up.
What?
We had a little hiccup on. I'm hoping it's just on the. On. Anyway, keep going. We had a little hiccup there.
Anyway, so what I'm saying is every 3 prints I would have 2 full lamps worth of parts.
Okay.
So like I said, it would just be much better with the resin because you'd be a lot less cleanup. But I'm in process of trying to procure said resin, and what I'm concerned with is not having enough time for it to get here and me to print it all off before our December trip.
Well, yeah, that would be kind of necessary. But anyways, for anybody's like, if we do break up, this channel does end, or the broadcast here does end, please stay tuned. Or for those who are watching the VODs, go find part 2. Last week we had a hiccup at the very end of the stream. I know the end of it's kind of gone because I was thinking I was going to take both parts, combine them together, but the views on the first part, I didn't want to lose that, and the comments and the like. Thank you for those who did watch the video last week and leave a comment and so on. But I didn't want to lose that and had to start all over again because I know some people are not willing to watch a podcast a second time to get the viewer attention up and leave another comment, leave another like, and so on. So I didn't do that, but I deleted the second part thinking I would just put two of them together. But anyways, so this one does end. Please go watch the second part. I don't know why it happens. It's not on my side at all. But it's also could be another factor to this podcast could be another factor because I am kind of disavowing Streamlabs. Now, Corvo, do you know anything about what's going on in Streamlabs?
No.
Okay, so let me give you a gist of it. If anybody wants the full details, I would suggest go watching my video called Maybe You Shouldn't Use Streamlabs. It's a part of my Maybe You Shouldn't line of videos. It has 22 views on it, not very many. About 5 days ago, it all came about. But anyways, so Streamlabs, as you know, Corvo, is a streaming program to help you stream your whatever you may be doing to audiences around the world, whether it be on YouTube, Facebook, or on Twitch. And something that I've been using for a long time because it's always been told to me the simplicity of it. But I've always heard that it uses up a lot of sources of a computer, which I kind of knew that already. But really, realistically, I knew that. But for the ease of use, that's the reason why I used it. Even though it was a heavy source programming, I was okay with it because I would lower my settings so I could use it.
Right, and Stealthy uses Streamlabs. I use OBS.
Yeah, but like when I first got into Streamlabs, there was a lot of advertisement for it. A lot of advertisement for one thing. A lot of streamers were like, "Hey, the Streamlabs is great, wonderful, blah blah blah," and I kind of fell into that trope. Like, okay, I've heard a lot of stuff, good things about this Streamlabs OBS. I'm gonna go try this out. And at this time, I did not know that OBS, the creators of OBS, was in a bit of a dispute with Streamlabs OBS or Streamlabs in general because apparently Streamlabs at one time asked OBS like, hey, can we put OBS in our title of our program? And Streamlabs OBS. And OBS is like, please do not. We don't want to be, it's supposed to be open source, which is you're allowed to use it, but we don't want to have any ties with your company. We are a separate entity. We just want to make the programs and it's open source for everybody to tinker with to make better. Well, OBS or Streamlabs OBS went, you know what? We're not gonna listen to you. We heard you, we're not gonna listen to you, and we're gonna go put out a what's that when you like make a license for it? What's that called?
Like a subscription type deal?
No. Like when you own the rights to the word or to
patent.
Patent on it. Streamlabs OBS. They put a patent on it, and that did not make OBS happy at all. Which
hell no, it wouldn't.
So like, okay, that was strike number 1. I didn't know this was happening. Strike number 2. You remember the I'm sure the Stream Deck, right?
Yeah.
Well, Streamlabs did a programming on their side of things, and for the phone, for an app that you have to pay for, mind you, that with the good features of it, to do the same thing that the Stream Deck does from Elgato, now owned by Logitech, and they called it Streamlabs Stream Deck. Same name. Just Streamlabs slapped in front of it. Same thing, just on a mobile device. And Streamlabs put it behind, put the good features behind a paywall. Strike number 2. Well, this past week, 5 days ago or so, they came out with a new program to help out Xbox streamers and PlayStation and whatnot to be able to stream their broadcasting from their consoles without needing a capture card through a web extension of this program. Be able to stream their consoles, which should be a good thing. Problem is, there's already a company that's already doing that same thing, and they took the source of that company, even their web page, and copied it and pasted it on their website page, even down to people's reviews. Same words verbatim.
And nobody has took them to court about this shit yet?
Apparently not, but they thought they could get away with it. And of course, people are now upset with them. That was strike number 3. Well, apparently, this is not the first strike, only 3 strikes. Apparently, they've done this to other programs that are also free source, and some of them are behind paywalls of Streamlabs subscription base. Which is like, it's free source. Why you put it behind? Why you put it in your programming and then put it behind a paywall when it's already a free source outside of it?
That doesn't make sense.
No, it's not.
That's stupid.
And to top it off, cherry on top of this, Streamlabs, apparently at one time, I did not know this, that's why I warned everybody in the video, go watch the video, also subscribed a bunch of people to their subscription base on their thing without telling anybody about it. Now, if you want to know what's that about, you have to go watch the video. I don't want to give everything here, but that's one of the things, you might want to go check that out. But, yeah, that was not a good thing, and it kind of pissed me off, so like, I'm swearing on Streamlabs. I'm not using Streamlabs no more. I will fight, and the Streamlabs OBS is getting better. OBS Studio is getting better. Oh, by the way, they also changed their Streamlabs also changed their name. Go watch a video about that as well. That's also like, man, they are pissing people off, and I don't have no sympathy for them, so I'm not using them no more. I'm using Streamlabs, or not Streamlabs. I'm using OBS Studio from now on. Hell water may be bent until like Streamlabs like make some dramatic changes. I'm not one about holding people accountable. I'm always willing to give people a second chance, forgiving them and forgetting and moving on with my life. But right now, they need to do something and not just what's the word for it? Like blow some
smoke up somebody's butt.
Yeah, just like oh, but look, we're being good now. Like, show some actual sympathy and actually like,
right.
Like, hey, we're not gonna just go, do a bunch of, social justice warrior stuff to try to make people like them again. No, do something for us, the streamers, the users of the program.
Agreed.
And I may consider using the program again, but for right now, I'm not using it. So that was not a very good start of the week, that's for sure. But things got what to wear. What is it, honey?
I don't know,
Are you just in a mood right now?
I'm talking to a real estate agent.
Well, but not on the podcast.
Okay.
Anyways, so what have you been doing? You want to get to the movie conversation?
Yeah, let's get to the movie conversation. So, I enjoyed Dune.
Dune? Okay.
Immensely. I enjoyed it immensely. Being someone that has watched the previous versions, incarnations of this, and read books, they actually picked a pretty decent spot to stop it. Because there's a crap load of material still left to go. Honestly, I think it's going to turn into a 3-movie thing. Because when they did the first 2 incarnations of it, they always were a little short. They did it in I don't know, the original Dune come out on VHS. If you get that,
yeah, the 90s.
It was a 2 VHS movie.
Okay, so
it was pretty long, but it wasn't long enough to get everything in there it needed to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
So they always condensed the center section, is what I'm going to call it, because there's a section coming that he has to go through the whole getting used to the Fremen, that lifestyle, the training, becoming part of that community, planning what he's going to do next. All that's what I would call the center part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the whole put the plan into action. This is how we accomplish our goals. This is how we get to where we're going. That would be the 3rd movie. Okay, so I believe honestly that this is going to turn into a 3-movie movie set. Because they did a really good job of not trying to leave a bunch of crap out in this first section, which is why it was so long, but it seemed like it stopped in an awkward place. But honestly, they stopped at a perfect place. Because if you know the material, you know that is basically the end of the first section of the story. The next section's about to begin, which will be perfect for the middle movie. And then you have a third section, which is the finale, which will be perfect for a third movie. If they don't do 3 movies on it, they're going to miss out on a huge opportunity to get this story told much better than it has been done in the past.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it because I understand a little more about what the things he was seeing, the things he was perceiving than most people that have never read or seen the movies before. So yes, I can completely understand anybody that's never seen this before, never read this before, being lost at this point. I get that. That's going to be natural. But for the fans like me, we know exactly what was going on. So it all made sense to us. And they did a good job where they stopped it because we know what's coming next. And that should have been its own movie.
Yeah. So you were just probably that person that was in anticipation of what's to come. Like you knew what's going to happen during the movie. So you weren't going to be like, what's going to happen next? You're like, oh, I know what's happening next. Let's get to this. So
that's it. That's it. Especially if I'm sorry if this spoils anything for anybody, but that hunter seeker that he caught in his bedroom.
Yeah.
Like, I was the guy sitting there going when he went to bed, oh, I know what's fixing to happen when he wakes up. Ha ha ha. Think they got him, but they don't. Yes, I was that guy. I knew. I was also the guy that knew that when they were, like, talking smack to his mom in that cave towards the end, like, she was nothing, that she was fixing to show them a whole different side of a woman. Like, she put a whooping on his ass so fast he didn't even know he'd been whooped until she was ready to kill him.
Yeah. So there was a lot. There was a lot to see for you. It's like, okay, I know what's going to happen, but I want to see it. I want to see how they present this and how.
Let me ask you a question though. You made a prediction before the movie because you've seen trailers and parts of it. I want to see if you still feel the same way now. So you said you have a feeling that the old homegirl, the Fremen girl, was going to kill him.
Yeah.
Do you still feel that way?
Yes, I still feel like there's a chance she might try to kill him. The future foretelling is like, hey, we're gonna shack up, but my feeling is like, I
want to share knowledge with you so bad, but I can't because it'll ruin parts of the movie. But I don't know how I just can't say anything because anything I tell you is gonna give it away.
Yeah.
But just know that there's a lot more to that relationship than what you think. It's not just some casual shack up, bro. That is not it at all. I mean, at all.
Mutual respect.
there is very real reasons for anything that you may perceive that might happen.
Yeah, like they seem like they focus on a lot of political stance too in the movie. It's not just
so how did you like the whole Emperor don't want to move against his family directly because it'll piss all the houses off, so he's going to covertly give this planet to him and then tell the guys he took it from, all right guys, I just gave you a reason to murk these motherfuckers on my behalf secretly, just do it.
Yeah, I feel like that is a little
I mean, that is some serious political maneuvering right there. Like,
I don't like them, but they could die. They could. How can I do that? Let's make brothers not like each other.
Yeah.
Are they brothers? Kind of confused about that, honestly.
Huh?
Are they brothers? Kind of confused about that.
What, you talking about the Harkonnens and the Atreides?
Yeah.
Cousins, if I remember right.
Okay, because, fat guy doesn't look nothing like skinny, handsome man.
Yeah. They're I think they're. If I remember correctly, all the great houses, not just those two, are all share some kind of blood relation. And I may be wrong, guys. If I'm wrong, put it in the comments. Remind me. It's been a while since I read the books and stuff. But my memory wants to say that all the great houses have some kind of bloodline tied to them.
Tied to the Emperor.
And that's why they have the treaty to not fight anybody amongst themselves, technically. So out in the open, you'll never see one house wage war on the other. That's kind of why the Emperor positioned this where it could be done in a single night. Nobody knew it was done until it was done, and then it's too late. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, he did that shit on purpose. He knew what he was doing. He's not the Emperor for no reason. I mean, he the man for a reason. He might not be like the physically most imposing person in the world, but war strategy, he's not too shabby, you know?
Yeah.
He you know, however, to his deficit, he did not foresee the matron mother of the Bene Gesserit making the Harkonnens promise not to kill the boy and his mom.
Yeah.
He expected them all to die.
Which would have if they didn't get told.
To the Harkonnen dude's credit, he is scared of the Emperor, but he knows he best not fuck with them Bene Gesserits.
Yeah,
because I mean they can tell you to stick a knife in your fucking eye and you're gonna do it. You know.
Yeah. Like
so, in the attempt to honor both, he did not kill them, but he did put them in a place that they're most likely to die. You know?
Yeah.
So he played that fine line real close.
Which I'm kind of confused is like, okay, the powers that they have, are they so forceful? Like Jedis, I'm not entirely sure. But I believe in the Jedi world, you can't just say, hey, jump off that cliff and kill yourself. Because your conscience would know to protect yourself. But if it's anything that's not harmful to you...
No. It's weak-minded people. Even in the Jedi world, if you don't have a strong will, they'll make you stick your lightsaber up your butt and come out your mouth.
Okay, I didn't know if it was so forceful.
It's all about the weak-minded. The only difference is with a Bene Gesserit, with their training, there's a reason why she kept telling him, you're being too forceful, you're not being forceful enough with it, you know, because if you get the pitch perfect, it doesn't matter what your will is.
You would do it.
The way it works is somehow they figured out a long time ago that certain harmonics resonate with your mind. And you're more apt to do exactly what you're told if it's told to you in a specific pitch and tone. So they train themselves to be able to do that.
Can they stop themselves from being controlled?
Yeah, they're supposed to be trained to I guess filter harmonics. I guess is the best way to do it. They're also trained to turn off pain receptors. Kind of like with his hand in the box.
Yeah.
You know, at first it was hurting like hell, but after he thought about it for a little while and started thinking about what his mom had taught him, notice he kind of relaxed back and everything was all good because he wasn't feeling it anymore. It's really, really, really weird. The Bene Gesserits are a strange order, but in the material you find out they're the ones really behind everything in the background. They have plans laid for the betterment of the universe. And unfortunately, some bad shit has to happen before the catalyst for the good shit to happen happens.
Yeah.
And they know this. They have the foresight to see this. So they have went to worlds and prepped like lore and shit that makes people, you know, react in a certain way so that things flow the way they're supposed to. I mean, they're very smart, very intuitive. They see, it's like playing chess. They see a really good chess player can see like 10 to 12 moves ahead. These fuckers see the end of the game before the first piece is moved.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Log Horizon guys. Like he's
so
thinking so many
they're
steps.
ridiculous on that, and not only that, they train their female practitioners in fighting arts that are just stupid. I mean, his mom took out half a fucking garrison of Fremen and had a dude on his knee in like 2 minutes.
And she was pregnant. This is the only universe or any storyline I've seen or watched so far that is, other than like Amazonians, right? They're the only ones that have like it's all females. Like the Jedi at least is male and females, and they're inconclusive or.
Did you catch the part about that they control which sex their child is?
Yeah, that part was like what?
Yeah,
but she's like, but no, you have to go ahead and try to go ahead and have a male so you can try to have this thing go off. He's like, yep, I did that. I wanted a boy.
And Jessica's, man, that's like I said, if you read the books prior, you would understand that Jessica's no fucking slouch. She knew shit long before anybody else did. She foreseen shit. And she was like, I'm going to make some alterations of my own because I don't like the way these people is looking at things.
I think it's good. I was just wondering, like, was the start of the movie? Do you think the movie was a good jumping off point? Like, knowing what came prior to all this, since you know that the story usually came off of that, but then they did a sequel in the books. Do you think this is a good jumping off point for a lot of people to be able to really enjoy themselves?
I think they did fine. I mean, they did give a little bit of back information right at the beginning when everything was opening up, so you had a general idea. I mean, they explained, spice was a big deal. Everybody wanted spice. Navigators used spice to do interstellar travel. It was used like a drug. It made a lot of money. They explained who was in charge of it and how long they had been in charge of it. So you already knew that these people didn't want to give up this place for shit because it was making them a lot of money and they've been controlling it for a while. So I think they did all right. I don't have a problem with where they started at. I think it would have been better had they done the prior books before that and led into it, which is the way it always is. But I mean, it's Dune. They never do the prior books. They always start at this point.
Different kind of spice, my dude. Not the kind of spice you want. At least I don't think it's the kind of spice you can eat. Could you eat the spice in the universe? I don't think the spice in the universe is probably poisonous, right?
You talk about spice in their universe?
Yeah.
No, spice is not. Well, spice is like a drug. Okay, in their universe.
So it's not just gas; it's also a drug. Well,
spice is a drug in their universe. Basically, there is a set of beings you have not seen them yet, but they're called navigators.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in the original Dune, they were not human.
Okay.
They were not Bene Gesserit. They were a whole different race.
Uh-huh.
They use spice to unlock the ability in their mind to see space travel paths and shit.
Oh,
and that's how they were able to navigate. Okay, which is one of the big reasons why they don't want to. They want the spice from Arrakis. But at the same time, there's also people that use it like a drug. It gives you hallucinations and shit like that. You've seen what happened to Paul at the freaking crawler. He was exposed to it for like 10 seconds, and his ass was seeing prophecy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like that for everybody. He's a little bit of a special case because when his mind gets unlocked, he doesn't go, "Ooh, look at all the pretty colors." He goes, "Oh shit! 2 months from now, some dude's going to jump off a cliff on planet blah blah blah."
I can see the future. Sorry, that's the different Dragon Ball Z thing. But yeah, what would you rate the movie?
I rank the movie very highly. I think it's a 9, if not a 9.5.
How many times
I try not to
could
give
see
any movie a perfect rating just because I've never seen a perfect movie ever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty high rated for me.
As I've known some people that have already seen that movie like 4 times.
Yeah, I want to watch it again. It was good.
And there's a prop out there you can get on Amazon of the dagger, which looks pretty good. But me and you being who we are and what we got,
yeah, it'll show up over here at some point, and it'll magically just appear in my hand.
And a nice fine toothpick. But yeah, like we could just print it ourselves. It's just gonna be one of those things that props like that, whenever it comes online, if it's not already online, will be eventually and probably most likely Corvo's hand way before mine. So I liked it, but then we go to the movie Shin Jin, right? Shin Jin.
Shin Chi and the 10 Rings. I guess I'm saying that right.
Shin Chi, Shin Jin. It's a good movie. Okay, so I know you've heard it as well. As a lot of people were foreseeing this movie being a failure in a lot of ways, which I had no idea anything about this character prior to the movie. Heck, I didn't even know this character existed. Did you?
No. I had never seen the comic or anything growing up, so it was a new one on me.
So
check your Discord.
Can do. But I had no jumping off point. So like there was literally nothing for me to
Yeah, I knew nothing, so like I soaked it up. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
It's already a dagger online, chat. If anybody's wondering, the dagger's already online. You can print it yourself if you have a 3D printer. It's already got it. How much is it?
Like $8.
That's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not amazing, but it's not bad.
It is $7.69, and that is not the only thing from the movie they have. They have the sand compactor thing that he had. Mm-hmm. They have the black box that he had to stick his hand in.
Put your hand inside.
They got the thumpers. They got all kinds of stuff, man.
I saw one meme of the hand thing, and when he asked the question, "What's inside?" the lady, like underneath on her, the caption was, "The soggy food on the bottom of a sink." And like the next picture you see is
Yeah,
because that's always so nasty. If anybody ever put their hand in a just drained water and feel that gooey, nasty food deposits on the bottom,
God.
It is always so disgusting. But anyways, I thought it was a good movie. I get it. They wanted something of a comical person. I didn't really like the female character very much, not because she's a woman. She did a good job playing the rest of the roles. I just didn't find her very funny, but that's probably my taste. If you thought her funny, good on you. But I think she was very funny.
I thought she was fucking hilarious, especially when she started spouting out Hotel California in front of an assassin. I was like, you dumbass.
That didn't hit for me. It just did not hit the mark. I don't know why, if my humor is just different, but it didn't resonate with me. I like the sister. I like that she just straight up like, you know what? I don't need you. But then brother's like, yeah, but why'd you call for me? I didn't call for you. Oh. That was kind of like an eye opener. Like, well, that's not good. Sister don't want you, don't need you, and she didn't send for you. Here's your calling card. Now, I love the actor guy, the crazy actor dude that's like I'm an actor. You know that guy? And
yeah. The one that played
the Mandalorian.
He played what was the name? What was his name? He played an Iron Man.
You played the Mandalorian, right? Or is it no? It's a Chinese chicken dish. Is it Mandalorian?
What was the name? What was his fucking name? The Mandarin.
Mandarin. I knew it started at the end. Yeah, the Mandarin.
Yeah, the Mandarin.
I loved him.
Dude, he was hilarious.
Now, his comedy.
The damn little creature thing tripped me out because it went looking for him on the battlefield, and he's like, "Chill out, buddy. I'm alive. hush, play dead. That bitch just fell over.
Yeah, like
I
I'm
was
acting.
like, oh, no.
It's like roll over. It's like, oh, that's so cute. And it could climb on top of that lion and slid down. And it was a cute creature, even though it had no head. The dragon, we both agreed, the dragon was
fucking phenomenal.
Fantacular. Like that's where dragons should be in movies. No,
Yeah, I don't know who the hell they hired to do that dragon. That bitch needs a job on every movie that has a dragon.
Yeah, like we don't need a lot of words. We don't need a lot of other fancy stuff. Just a very
Stealthy was pointing out that I enjoyed the one from the 47 Ronin.
Yeah.
The dragon on it, but I thought that was badass until I seen this dragon, and then I was like, damn.
Like they actually looked like they were actually on it, which
is
impressive.
That dragon, woo boy.
And of course, it had like the water bending ability of it, and you know, especially when it's like show up and like here's a bubble, but like, hi, what you doing here? Need out? Okay, just sweep them out of the waters. Like if I saw that when I was in water and I just saw a big old head just go, what up? I was like,
there would be another dragon in the water too. It'd be long and brown. Because I would release my inner beast if I seen that shit.
Like maybe if I saw myself, it won't eat me. Don't eat me! Don't eat me! You see a brown dragon and a white not a white dragon, a yellow dragon. You know, both ends. A little server this way, a little server that way. Neither won't eat you.
Yeah, I know.
But I liked what'd she say?
She said my stream.
Okay.
Has no sound.
Wow. If anybody wants to catch that, Corvo's links down below. Go check it out. He's streaming right now. His printing of a mask on his spool printer until he gets his resin printer. Well, get more resin for his resin printer. But as course, the final season of Arcane just came out this past week, and the final chapter of this season, which they already announced season 2, so season 2 is coming. We do not know if it's but we're pretty much sure it's going to be following up what that movie or that show just ended up at. I won't go over too far over it. I don't want to go over spoilers for Corvo. What do you think of that ending?
Oh, no, man. It's kind of like...
That ending was like...
I feel like I didn't get quite enough.
Yeah, that definitely left you on a what?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you finish this up, please? I want to know what just happened there.
I mean, you're. It's one of those. It's like they do in a lot of shows. You're just kind of like, wait, that's it? The fuck? The fuck?
Like you kind of know what's going to happen, but you want to see it happen. And just so you can have that clarification. Okay, what I just thought was going to happen, did happen, and wow. But you know it's going to happen. But boy howdy, was that like a, kind of a, well, guess screw it all. And just, they just went out with almost a bang. I'm not going to spoil it there, but I think this show, I'm going to give it the overall show, I'm going to give it a 9.2. There's a few things I had problems with it. There's a few things I would kind of agree. There's like, you had a lot of loose ends there. A lot of loose ends. At least, like, neatly put a bow on one of them. Just one of them. But not one of them got fully, nicely cleaned up. And when that one girl died, I was actually like, I know she was a secondary character, but I was not ready for that.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, these main characters, they're made out of fucking, I don't know, Kevlar, but everybody else is like glass.
Yep.
So I said they didn't want to kill the main characters because like they're the main characters of the game, or not the main characters of the game, but they're staple characters, right? They're supposed to be the characters that survive and do well and blah blah blah. But what the fuck? And it's a good show. Definitely go check it out. Where would you rate it?
For me, it's probably like an 8.8.
Not quite 9, not quite 8. It has a lot of potential. it needed a second season soon. Which luckily for some people, next month is gonna be The Witcher, so we're gonna be able to at least turn this right
Yeah,
back around
buddy.
into maybe some real
I
hype.
am so ready for that shit. It ain't even funny.
Yeah, not funny, but I'm gonna go jump into another topic, and this one's kind of a serious topic, so it's just gonna be kind of a disclaimer now and to get off the topic. And for those who are watching, please pay attention, please listen up, and I hope you're willing to deal with me. I am, as many of y'all know, have been going through a fucking shitty year. Okay, just put it blatantly. Got hit. My truck got hit twice. We had some medical problems. We had some other allegations. We had some other serious things. I won't go over them, but this is one I need anybody's fucking help I can get. Okay, so I'm trying to specify this. If anybody knows, I've been living in this apartment for well over 5 years or so, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less. And our landlord has been, for the most part, I would say he was pretty good. He was working very hard at the beginning, and over the time he let people stay in his apartment because he was willing to help them out, thinking, okay, they're just going through hard times. I'll let them live in the apartment, and they'll pay me rent back when they can. They normally didn't. They normally moved out or got evicted after a while, which was on him, right? That's his fault for trusting people. And then COVID happened, and the people couldn't be evicted because of the government rule mandate. And now this rental assistance thing going on around as well. And I guess the straw has hit the ceiling or hit the fan, and he sold the entire apartment without telling any of us that he just sold it to new owners. The new owners, we contacted them this past week, just a couple days ago, and they told us, give me a second. They told us we have 30 days to get out. 30 days, which is right around Christmas. And me and my wife are kind of in a panic. We have some money behind, but with rent how it being, we don't have many options at all. And a lot of places do not allow for pets. Any pets. And if they do allow for pets, we're talking about another hundreds or $200 per month. Not a single down payment per month. And me and my wife cannot lose our kids. We cannot lose our kids. So I'm setting up and I'm doing a GoFundMe. Don't really want to do this, but I know my wife, she will not ask for help. She won't ask for help from her mom. She won't ask help from her family. And I don't want to ask my family for help. Not their faults. Me and my wife are both working. I'm still doing deliveries. She's still doing work. And she's going to college to try to better her life and our life. To become a nurse. Probably the worst time for this to ever happen. Right down to Christmas holiday. And my wife getting approved for school. Which has already cost us a lot of money. And I can't ask her just to quit it. Because that's going to give us a future. So if anybody wants to help us out. The amount is kind of high. We're gonna try to go for a home. And the people are like, why not go for a rental place? We don't know if we can keep a rental place up and going for around $600, $700 a month. On top of what pet fees. And then always running into the thought of when will we have to, if we have to, get rid of our kids. We just can't do that. We cannot do that. We'll live on the street before we get rid of our kids. Not even joking. A home, we can live in it, and no one can tell us to go anywhere because we own it. We can keep the financial means for a home more than paying for a rental place, never knowing when we might get kicked out, with no reason or course, and no way of really fighting it. We have no choice here. They will not renew the rental agreement. They will not let us sign on to another one. They will not let us stay here. We are being told we have to leave by December 30th. No choice. And that is only a couple days after Christmas. Worst time ever. They're not giving us extensions or any leeway here. So, if you want to help, please help. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So I know it's a bit of a hard rock here. $5, $1. Share it around. I already have a video recorded. I will be posting up here within the day or posting within this day and putting it on my GoFundMe. The link will be down below once I'm done with it. The money is high, but we don't really have much any choices here. And this is help us get a home so we don't have to lose our family, my family that me and my wife have come to be. It's not gonna be like a grand fucking 3-story, 2-story house. It's just gonna be a plain house with room for me and my wife to work in the office, a bedroom, a kitchen, and a living room. That's it. Nothing fancy. We just need a home that we know that when we move into it, we won't be kicked out. And we have moved a lot into apartments, and apartments is just not a good place anymore. It costs too high. Home's already high as it is, but we'll take a gamble on that before we take another gamble on an apartment and spend money on a place we would never own and to get kicked out at any time. It's not something we can afford anymore. So, put it out there. Want to help? Please. Share the video. Share it around. Share my GoFundMe to anybody that's willing to help. $1 would help. Because at least that's something. Anybody understand that? But yeah, that's something I've been trying to tell everybody in my Discord, and I sent that message to you just the other day, and didn't know if you got it or not, but
I did get it. I just had not. I wasn't gonna touch on it on podcast unless you did.
Yeah, I'm touching on it, and technically this is my way of telling my mom, hey mom, if you're here, yeah, I didn't know about it. I talked to my mom a couple of days before this happened, and then we heard about it, and we called them up, and they went, "Yep, that's true. You're getting kicked out." So it was not something I foreseen. We were kind of hopes that the new landlord would just take up where the last one left off, repair this place, and let's keep on living here. But no, that's not the case. They're gonna be kicking everybody out, gutting it, remodeling it, and then putting it back on the market. Or not market, but putting it back up for rent. And we are not allowed to, wait until they gut this one, right? And let's move it to another one, and then let's move back into the place one afterwards. But then again, the rent afterwards, I'm sure they'll cost around $700. We can't afford that. Cannot. Not that. That's not per month. That's for a place we don't own either. I would rather do $700 a month for some place I own and never have to worry about someone kicking me out unless I just miss my things and I had to go into debt trying to keep up with it. I'd rather go into debt, honestly, but not very much a good choice right nowadays. I know COVID and a lot of people are struggling right now, especially around the holidays. It's literally right around the corner, and 5 days after Christmas, I'm out of this place. Not a good time. Not a good time for it at all. I don't know anybody that would do that, honestly. Like, I don't care who you are. Who kicks somebody out right around Christmas? Knowing that most people are trying to, make arrangements for gifts and be with family and traveling and whatnot. Not a good time. So,
people do what they think they need to do in their best interest, and that doesn't always align up for everybody else.
Yeah. And I know it's a money thing, right? But our landlord at least could have, gave us a heads up, told us, hey, this place will be for sure for sale. You might want to start making arrangements and maybe getting you either a new home or, how do you pay now? I will put it up soon, but I don't have that. Let's see. My wife's sending me a message here, but I will have that up as soon as I can. Willie, if you can put up a video for it, I don't, if you want to re-upload my video once it's done, whatever you want to do.
I will in a
minute. But we are looking at places, and so far, every place we looked at, and within even slightly a price range, we're looking at some pretty shitty homes. Okay, let me just, the home we went today, we had wood rods. We had literally one of them had you ever seen those old school gates had 2 bars on the side and you put wood behind it? Like,
Yep.
that was one of the, like, 4 of the doors had that on there. Windows being, like, you know, made out of paper thin stuff. Hollow floors. One of them had a cave-in ceiling. I mean, we don't have very many good choices around here at all. And we can't move away either. That's a next big problem. We can't move away because my wife's college is here. She can't move out of state. She can't move very far away either because she needs to go to her college. So, like, again, I can't ever tell her just give up what you've been working on for the past 2 years or so. Just give up on it, and you know you're almost there, and just give up on it, and let's just keep on struggling and looking for jobs. And it's like she's been working her ass off to get her where she is right now, and she finally got approved for nursing school. She did the college part. Now she's doing nursing school. Not a good time. But anyways, so we're not looking for the best houses. We're trying to look for a house that's at least livable. This probably not gonna be like our dream house, but it, you know, what money I can get from everybody could possibly help me get a home that I can at least live in. So I'm getting a little choke up here.
It's okay, buddy. I've been there, been in that situation. I know exactly what it feels like to. I spent most of my life up until I met the woman that I married to, hopping from place to place to place because of that very same shit. So that's why when we got together, I bought and didn't rent. So I understand. I've felt those feelings before.
I've already been like you know, having my manic panic moments for this past week, so I've already like cried enough as it is. But I try to do it on here. But don't many things I don't let these get to me. If everybody knows me, everybody, you know, been around me for a while, I don't let these get to me very much. These do get to me, and I do express them, but I try to keep a smile on my face. It's not a fake smile. I just try to let life get to me. But this is just another pile on the shit stain that's been this year. So, anyways, Corvo, start on the comments, man. My
All right, so here, check this out. Stealthy wanted me to give you a little info from her Genshin experience since 2.3.
Yeah.
The tree did not open up anymore.
I noticed that. That was kind of bullshit.
So she is sitting there with enough to probably go to the next max limit and can't do shit with it. As well as we have apparently grown our pet family. I don't know how much I've told you, but there is a cat in the neighborhood. Somebody owns her. I don't know who it is because they keep a flea collar on her all the time. But she's an outside cat.
Okay.
She comes to our house occasionally, and when she does, we try to put a little food out there for her because you know she's usually with a child. Normally she has her baby somewhere else. Away from here, but this time she decided, I guess, to have her 2 kittens that she has here. So the other morning, as I walk out the door, we find 2 fresh, pretty, fluffy little balls of love on the porch with Mama Kitty, waiting, looking like, who are you? Are you going to feed me?
That's sweet.
And right out the gate, dude, most kittens, you know pets. Most kittens are skittish out the gate. You can't touch them. Nah, hell, I can pick them up and do anything I want to with them. They don't care.
Okay. So
and
you adopt them?
By accident, I guess I formed an attachment because for about a week I tried really hard not to call them by a name or anything because, you know, she belongs to somebody else.
Yeah.
Because there's always a real possibility that she's going to leave and take them with her.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been here for like a week. I got used to them being out there, and I guess I named them by accident. So we have a kit and cat on the front porch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the little boogers crave attention. They want the loves and the pets. So now they get fed with everybody else. I thought that might make you smile a little bit of fluffy love sitting on your porch one morning, you know.
Yeah, that'd be cute. We when we went to one of the houses, there was a bobcat or bobtailed cat outside of someone's home, and all they had for the cat outside was literally just a blanket. And again, like some of the houses we looked at were in kind of shitty neighborhoods. Let me just be out frank like that. They're not very good neighborhoods, but we can't afford anything more than this. So I'm not going to ask for more than that. But anyways, the only thing they had outside for this cat was literally a towel or like a little blanket. That was it. I'm like, if that cat would not run away from us, we would have grabbed it and took it home because that cat should not be outside.
These I had I don't know if you remember seeing those boxes that I had over here in the corner at one point, but I took one of my big boxes out there, put a nice blanket in there, put it up on the porch out of the weather and stuff, and they've been chilling, calling it home, and they meet me at the door every morning when I go to work, and they meet me at the door every afternoon when I come home.
See, I like the cats that can go outside, but my only worries is pretty much like anybody. Like, I'm worried about cats being, the natural hunters they are. They go off and hunt, and then they come back, or they never come back. Because either A, they get taken away, or B, they get ran over. And of course, being it's winter, right now they're gonna find a place to stay warm, and then when it gets rainy,
and the warmth is why I set up the box and the blankets and all that stuff for them, so they're not freezing out there. I can't have any more cats in the house. I've got to.
Yeah.
So if they're going to hang around here and they're going to be part of the family, they're going to have to be outside kitties. And I've had outside kitties all my life and successfully kept them, the biggest trick to that is you got to make sure you keep enough food for them that they don't feel like they have to go off and hunt. And then you're good. Okay. They like I said, they haven't went anywhere. This is week 2. They've been there every morning when I went out and every evening when I come in. The only fear I have to get myself back in the habit of checking the vehicle before I leave in the morning.
Yeah.
Because if they happen not to be on the porch, I don't want to start up a vehicle and do that. So if I come out and they're all 3, mama kitty and kitten cats on the porch, then I'm good. I'll get in the vehicle and just go. But if I don't see them, I check.
Yeah, that's a good thing because you don't want to be that person that you feel the bump or hear the meow. That would tear at someone's heart pretty easily. That would tear at mine.
Yeah.
And of course,
don't want to do that, especially now because Soren and Ethan have gotten used to seeing them too.
If my wife was your wife, you wouldn't have had a word like that. Those cats would be inside day one. My wife, she don't care if we're nickeling and diming, eating on ramen noodles and bread for months on end. Those cats would be inside. She don't care what happens. And bless her heart, she loves animals, but sometimes she loves animals too much. But it's one of those few things in her life that makes her happy, right? It's like one of those things that you just don't want to take away from somebody. It's just, if you see the smile on their face and how big it is on something such a small thing like that, my wife could have a zoo and she would visit every single animal every single day, giving them each all an hour or more in attention and love. If she had the choice. I'm not even gonna
lie. If I had the money to have some land out in the middle of nowhere with a house on it, I'd have more fucking animals than I could probably feed.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I grew up breeding, raising, riding horses, cows, dogs, cats, gators, a little bit of everything. Ducks, chickens. I'm used to animals. If I don't have an animal of some kind around me, then that's when I start getting a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so used to them. Like, Zeus is in the backyard. And granted, I don't go out there probably as much as somebody probably should and spend time with him because of my work schedule and being tired when I get home. Mm. But I do. I've got that familiarity bond. Like, if I pull up in the yard and I don't see him at that gate, I go into panic mode. Where the hell's my dog at?
Yeah.
These 2 loud shits over here that you hear every time we're on stream or something, they're annoying as hell some days. But if I come in and I don't hear them at all, first place I'm going to look is where the hell's my cat?
Yeah.
You know? Vader, hush. I know I'm talking about you. Anyway, if I don't hear them, then I start getting nervous. You know? I didn't go into details about this, but my birds, I don't have them anymore.
You definitely didn't tell that one to me.
No, we went on vacation and someone failed to feed them. I'm not going to go into details on that. We'll just say someone failed to feed them while we were on vacation. It fed everybody else but them. So I don't have them anymore.
Yeah, that's also like a real problem with anytime if I go on vacation or if I leave the home, I don't know what it is. Like I guess it's just the idea of like, hey, those are not my animals, so I don't need to be mindful and be as diligent.
I've been pretty lucky as far as the cats and the dogs go. This person generally feeds them like they're supposed to with no questions asked or anything. That's not an issue. But for some reason, if it's a bird or a fish, that shit will go right out of that person's mind. And so, hindsight, I probably should have made sure that I filled up the water and the feeder for them before I left myself. And I knew that way I know they would have been good while we were gone. So yes, while that person did fail to feed them like they said they were, at the same time it's partially my fault too for knowing better and not acting on it.
Yeah, you should take the initiative just in case.
Right, and I didn't. I mean, because that feeder that I printed them, when I filled it up, that was 3 or 4 days worth of food for the two of them.
Yeah,
I mean, and that water that I had, birds don't drink a whole lot of water. Contrary to popular belief, they bathe in water more than they drink water. So usually that water feeder would last through like 2 weeks of water. So I should have, if I'd have just filled it all up myself, this wouldn't have been a problem. But I didn't, and that person forgot. So that's on me and that person.
Yeah. I have sugar gliders. For anybody who does not know, I have 3 sugar gliders, which we did not buy. Previous owner didn't want them no more. She still loved them, but she just didn't find a bond with them anymore. So she gave them to me, which we love those little things. Those things are so cute, so sweet, so cuddly, and so nice. My wife loves them. Like every day, she goes up to them, calls all their names, and gets their attention, and maybe like grabs one of them because like one of them will let us hold her, kind of, not really, but like the other 2 are a little skittish. And of course, we got a bearded dragon, which we've been having since it was a baby. Sweet as can be, the only bearded dragon we've ever had that's ever been kind. Actually, we had like 2 prior. One of them was just super mean. The other one was like just a little aggressive, but not as mean. But this one, you can grab it, you can pick it up, you can pet it. It's super kind. My wife likes saying hello to them, and of course we have the chameleon, which chameleons you can't really like. They're more like a glass pet, right? Like you can look at them, but that's really it. You really can't pick them up. They don't like being held at all. Not any chameleon. Like there's some out there that let you mite after a while, but you need to give them at an early age. We got hers at a teenager or something like that. So she's a little aggressive. We can get her on a stick, but really like holding her, she doesn't like that. But we still like them, right? It's like we have a semi zoo in here, but if we did lose animal, we probably wouldn't be too heartbroken about losing the chameleon because the chameleon doesn't really like you can't really interact with it that much. I like it personally, but it's not like a deal breaker. But that's not going to be like making any rent or anything cheaper or easier for us in life if we just got rid of the chameleon altogether. Like we'll still have the rest of the pets, animals, and I'm sure there's some people out there like, why don't you just get rid of your animal? Who cares about animals? You don't understand how close you are to an animal and to you're like some people like I get it, but when they're the only children you can have, because me and my wife we can't have children. For everybody does not know that, my wife had a C-section a couple of years back because she had a fibroid on her baby maker, And the doctor says, well, either one, we can keep it in there and you maybe grow a fibroid on it again. And if you have a kid while having a fibroid and it busts, you're dead. There's no saving you ever. You're a goner. There's no guarantee the fibroid will not grow back. Just fair warning. Or two, we can cut it out and forego any chance of ever growing back. And me and my wife both agreed, let's get rid of it. Like, we would like to have a child, but it's not in the cards. We can live with that. We'd be okay with that. I'm okay with having a child. She's okay with having a child because our pets are our kids. They are our children. So, it's just one of those things we deal with in life, and that to me just some people don't understand how dear they are to us. They're more than just pets. They're our family. But yeah, it's just one of those things that you just live with, realistically. I know I had some other topics I wanted to talk about. Let me see. Oh yeah, the Genshin Impact came out this news patch, which I have not played the story just yet, so no spoilers. Nobody give me spoilers.
I hadn't played the story either. All I've done is did my pulls, and I did my test drives. So speaking of which, pulls. Get out. You get the honor of guessing which banner I pulled.
Alu, the frost chick, big sword, Claymore.
No.
You went for the other one?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Well, why'd you go for him?
There are some unique abilities he has that I liked.
Okay, well, name it, because the elevator to me is just like, it's an elevator.
Yeah, but I like the elevator.
Okay.
You'll like the elevator if you're in my party and I throw it, because you like to do plunging attacks with D-Luke.
Every now and then, yeah.
Every now and then, my ass.
It's my starter attack. It's like my calling card.
Yeah, every now and then, my ass. Anyway, there's that, and I mean, he's not a bad character. He does pretty good damage. He's fast. I'm a sword person. I like Claymores. Okay, don't get me wrong. But out of every character in there, I am a sword or mage person. That's just how I am.
You like the swift attacks, right?
So I like to be able to do damage and do it quickly, not. Yeah. Okay, I've been hit 20 times. Let me pick my sword back up. Yeah. I want to dash in and beat the shit out of something and dash out. You know. So I pulled for Albedo and I got Albedo.
How many pulls did it take?
2.
2? Wow. Okay. So you were at your 90, or you got very fortunate, 1 to 2.
It's not 90 anymore.
Oh yeah, it's 50. It's 50.
It went to 50.
50, which is really good. I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah, I think that was a big plus for me on this patch. I did pull after I got him. I did pull on the other banner for her just to see, and I probably will continue to pull on her. And if I don't get her, that's fine. That's just pities towards the next banner,
which would be the more.
But I got my Bennett. I got a couple of doubles of Bennett, so now he's a little better off than what he was. I don't explode as long as I have my ult down. I don't explode when I do his attack, which is nice because now when I throw my ult down, I can do some serious damage because I could charge that attack all the way up before I unleash it.
Yeah. Bennett's like number 1 healer in the game, so he's just a good choice all around. Yeah,
so I'm enjoying the fact that I got some constellations for him. Also, I've been working on my Sayu because the more I use her healing abilities, the more I'm enjoying those healing abilities.
Yeah.
She has a wider area to be healed in.
Yeah. And
it can also damage while you're in there. And I think my Sayu is only either 1 or 2 constellations at the most from being completely done.
Yeah, I don't remember what my Sayu is at.
my Jingling is now all but one.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go for Icy Chick because I need me a good. Well, one, I need a good Claymore character that's in my party because I don't have a Claymore character anymore, and two, I want a good Ice character. I know, like a lot of people say, all the Ice characters are good in their own ways. I just don't like the other ones. Now I do like Rosetta. Rosetta's pretty fun, and of course she's also
See,
very appealing.
I don't. I'm not a big fan of her. I would rather have Ayaka Kamisato.
Mm. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting her up instead because of Claymore in the group. Because I have right now, if I put her in my group, if I put Rosario in my main group, I have three pole arms and one sword. I'm like, I need some diversity in this group. I really do. And that's why I keep asking this game, like, just put new weapons in this game. For God's sake, put new weapons in this game.
Now, did you? I don't know if you've seen it, and unless they've changed it, if they did, I don't know about it. But best in hand weapon for Albedo can actually be obtained during the special events this time.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be an actual free weapon.
Yeah,
which is
you have to get them. You have to do whatever it is they need you to do to get the materials. But yes, you can obtain it.
And then you can also like obtain a snowman, which it's cool. It's different, right? It's nice, but it's not one of those things that I feel like some games developers do. They put these things they call content in the game when it's just like some aesthetic stuff. Like this looks nice, like that. I'm okay, look nice, but I want I want them to put effort toward the cosmetics of the game and put it in the actual functions of the game and make it more content that way.
Agreed.
Aesthetics is nice, but like aesthetics should be an afterthought. Like, okay, we have all this content to keep the characters busy for well more than a month, and then here's some aesthetic stuff on the side if you want to get it. That's it. But I'm gonna play through this storyline. I have a feeling I'm gonna beat it within 2-3 days, maybe less, 2-3 streams, and I'll be like back where I was a couple days ago and trying to do what I normally do.
The nice thing is there's plenty of special events coming.
Yeah.
You know, a shitload of them. So they didn't go light on those. So there should be something to do for a little while anyway.
Yeah. So I'm hoping they keep that ball just rolling. I hope it's something to look forward to. If not, I got Halo Infinite. I've been playing Halo Infinite all last night. They have an event going on right now in Halo Infinite where if you play the game and the new shooter inside of it, you have a chance of getting this samurai armor for a Spartan, which I am completely down for because I like Asian stuff. I hope I can get it done all before I get kicked out of this apartment. Man, it really like this like. This is just my mind.
It sucks the energy and life out of you.
It really does. Like I don't want to do anything. Like I don't like. I know I have like. We're already talking about packing, but we just like the idea of packing gets to you. Then the idea of getting the power turned on, internet turned on, because internet's not like just a thing to have anymore. No. Nowadays you need internet because everything like to get even mail nowadays you need internet. It's not just a creature comfort anymore. Back in the 90s, it was a creature comfort. Like, you didn't need internet back then. Nowadays, you actually need internet. Like, there's no ifs, ands, around about it. Look for jobs, you need internet. You get contact with family members sometimes, you need internet. You need to figure out where to go somewhere, you need internet. And even when you buy phone plans, you get internet on that. Internet's just such a primary thing. And then we gotta get water, we gotta get electric, we gotta get insurance on the house, right? We gotta get that, and then we gotta sign, the paperwork. Like, there's so much work to be done. Like, that's why people are like, oh, apartment's easy. All you gotta just sign one paperwork and move to apartment. Apartment's just as much, if not, a little bit less. But you're very much need their thumb. If they say no, you can't do that. You can't do that. If they say you have to leave, you have to leave. It's just, I've been through so many apartments. They don't always treat residents very well. And of course, it's just like management, right? Like you said earlier, some people just do what, financially helps them in life, but don't give a dang about what other people's life is like. That's why I kind of respected my previous landlord, because he was willing to help out people under like, hey, I know you go through hard times. I'll let you skip this month's rent, but be sure to pay me back as soon as you can. But in doing that, put the pressure on me and my wife, because if it wasn't for the money he lost, we wouldn't be moving out of here, because it's not our fault that they didn't pay rent. We never missed a day. We paid early some months just so we could just get that over with. But it was like probably 6 or 7 people that lived in this apartment, and all of them didn't pay rent. And because of their negligence, thank you, that me and my wife and my family have to suffer. And that is, as life is, unfair. Just the way life is. And being that everything's going up because of COVID and after the COVID, and everybody's trying to make their money back and get themselves back in financial stableness. Everything's gone up, from food to rent to homes to gas to you name it. It's gone up. At least in America.
Yep.
I don't know about everywhere else in the world, but America, it's not good, and it's not our fault. We didn't do it. We didn't do it at all. We were just trying to leave everybody alone, be nice to everybody, and play nice, and just not worry about it. But now we have to pay for their choices. So if everybody else understands how that feels, I hope you can sympathize and go to GoFundMe. Once I have it up, be sure to come back in the next day or so, or everybody's watching this VODs. I hope I have it up by then, maybe a little bit before, a little bit after. It'll be down in the description. I have it up, I promise you. And any sharing around, putting on your Facebook, putting on your Twitter, even doing the video yourself on your YouTube channel, for everybody out there has a YouTube channel and wants to share it. Tell your friends, any amount. It does not matter. Anything could help at this point. So I'm gonna call it there. I'll be going live on my channel. I know I'm not as my usual self today. It's just I want to do something to get my mind off of all this dilemma and stress, and I want to have a laugh. I want to have a smile. If you want to join me, you're more than welcome to come. Lighten me up a little bit, maybe cheer me up a little bit. I don't know. I'll have the video up for those who didn't pay attention or wants more of a detailed information. I didn't go over much more details over the video I did myself, but they suggested either put a description or do a video, and I just did a video because it's so much easier for me to elaborate. Hope this elaborated for those who watching this, but hopefully that video reaches some new viewers. And I appreciate everybody coming here today. Be sure to like button, hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment down below what any topics you might want us to talk about next time.
Yeah, man.
And your thoughts on, maybe some more kitten stories. I'd love to hear more kitten stories. Put that down below. I don't mind. Something to make us smile. But as always.
And guys, as soon as I get this mask that I'm printing done, I will be showing it off for y'all. Grumpy, you'll definitely see it on next podcast. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do the paint on it yet, but
yeah. But anyways, as always, you know how it goes. You have a good day. You have a good night. And please, have a good life. Much love, y'all.
bye.
Bye.